A paradigm that has taken to its darkest points, enabled thousands of Nazis to march, weapons in hand, upon a peaceful American city. It's enabled domestic terrorism. It's caused the death of a young woman marching innocently along a city street when an irate white supremacist intentionally rammed into her and several others at 40 miles per hour. And many of us watched it in terror and fear. Echoes of how could this happen? And in 2017, really? Really? Yes. And this is where action happens. We've dispensed with our Facebook comments and the requisite social media echo chamber of empathy and disgust. I know this because I've done it myself. And now we have a president who does not decry this violent action. The Nazis participating in yesterday's march cosplayed and dressed up in his golf clothes, quoted his speeches, and even celebrated his many sides speech as a victory. They're galvanized by the lack of police force against them. They ride the First Amendment wave toward violence. And in the case of yesterday, murder in the public sphere. Our president has known white supremacist, alt-right, and Nazi affiliates in our White House, in his White House. We need to wake up. This is at our door now. It's not only affecting people of color, it's shedding blood on the streets of Charlottesville, and it's growing. We need to march, and we need to reach out to people of color in our communities. We need to sacrifice our time and our money to not only help people who are disadvantaged and oppressed, but to resist and fight back and give them the support that they need. We all have a part to play, and this will not go away. And choosing to avoid the reality of our present political and social climate will make us complicit in domestic terrorism. It makes us complicit in the rise of Nazism in America in 2017. Yes. And for those who are not born into whiteness, this is nothing new. The mask is off is a phrase that I've heard a lot repeated over the past couple days. And if you're angry and disgusted and hurt and numb and crying, you can help. You are in a place to contribute toward good, whether it is through money, donations, marches, letters, phone calls, supporting Black Lives Matter and the numerous groups dedicated toward equality and restructuring our wildly imbalanced power structures. You can help today, right now. Evil is not knocking at our door. It's here, and it's moved in. So what are we going to do? Our actions will make all of the difference. Thank you very much. I'm going to play a very important 5 minutes of speech from an absolute hero, my greatest hero, and a lot of our heroes, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. on silence.
A time comes when silence is betrayal, even when pressed by the demands of inner truth. Men do not easily assume the task of opposing their government's policy, especially in time of war. Nor does the human spirit move without great difficulty against all the apathy of conformist thought within one's own bosom and in the surrounding world. Some of us who have already begun to break the silence of the night have found that the calling to speak is often a vocation of agony, but we must speak. We must speak with all the humility that is appropriate to our limited vision, but we must speak.
I've chosen to preach about the walk today because I agree with Dante that the hottest places in hell are reserved for those who, in a period of moral crisis, maintain their neutrality. Now, of course, one of the difficulties in speaking out today grows out of the fact that there are those who are seeking to equate dissent with disloyalty. It's a dark day in our nation